Good morning, guys. Part of the Chicken Chronicles. I guess we'll put this one as 2.0 because we're actually going to be getting our coop today, probably. Everything's all probably until we actually have it in our hands and actually paid for it. We're off to get a U-Haul right now. I couldn't get anyone to help us. What only people we've gotten any kind of response is just very expensive just to move a coop 40 miles down the road. It's just pathetic. It's what happens when you don't own a proper vehicle to do this kind of shit. And I can't really tow with these cars. I mean, this car could probably tow. Actually, I know Ruby could tow too. I've seen people tow with, but I'm not. First of all, I'm sure they won't let me tow with that car. And second of all, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not even going to take a chance I screw things up. So we're off. We're going to get a small little, one of those little mini box trucks. And we're going to head on over and we're going to pick up the coop. We're going to pay what little money we have left in our bank accounts and start setting up a home for the chickens, who are now how many weeks old?
They're 16.
16 weeks old. So they're pretty much adults now.
Yeah, they are considered adults. They're on big girl food and
big girl food and bad attitude and everything.
Oh
But we've needed this coop for a while, and we still have to get it set up. We still got a few things we need to do, make sure it's ready, for winter and all that. So this is just the first part of our little journey to get the coop. It's getting the U-Haul truck, and that'll be it. Well, guys, hopefully the phone doesn't run out of power. Here's the continuation of picking up the coop and what happened. So we go pick up our U-Haul truck, a nice little one-bedroom truck, and we're going to go right over to Sanford and pick up our chicken coop. We get there, and our truck isn't there at the U-Haul. As it turns out, the people who had the truck originally, they had extended the time a couple of days before already. But this time they chose to extend it. At this time, it was more than an extension. What ended up happening is it turns out that the individual who had rented the last truck got stopped the night before driving without a license in the truck. It needs to say that police not only pulled him over and told him to leave the truck there, but arrested the person too. So our truck was nowhere to be found. So they gave us $50 off and sent us to Brunswick to go get a truck. I went and got the truck and went to Sanford and picked up our beautiful coop. It's very nice. As the gentleman told us, it took a while to put it together because, quite frankly, getting the wood and the metal for it was very difficult right now. There's a lot of shortages of stuff, including food. So if I were you guys, get yourself some emergency food and start piling up some food and get ready. I'd get that shotgun loaded too if I were you. So the chickens now have a wonderful little coop. The peanut gallery and I ended up moving it. We were trying to call someone to help us, but heaven forbid anyone help two ugly people like us move the chicken coop. So we got it out of the U-Haul, got it into the yard. Just had to take one of the doors of the one of the gate doors off in order to get it through the door, but it got through all right. And right now I'm heading home with some waterproofing stuff. The peanut gallery is going to start waterproofing it. It's made of pine. Should hold up pretty well, but we want to add a little waterproofing to it. And some caulk. C-A-U-L-K, not C-O-C-K. Thank you very much. We were making a big joke about that because she wanted clear caulk, and I told her all I had was white caulk. So she can seal off any edges that, might fill with water and so forth. I think the chickens will be very happy pretty soon because they are now 16 weeks old and they are way too big to be in a cage and in a little run we made for them. So right now we're in a rush to get this chicken coop, as you'll see videotaped here, put together for you, put together for us. And that would be the end of the Chicken Chronicles this time. So I think maybe I'll add in the end here a little bit of video here of the chickens eating yogurt. Apparently the peanut gallery thought it would be funny to put yogurt down there, and of course they looked at it like it had 4 heads on it. And once they figured out it was something to eat, their faces would cover with white all over their beaks and all that. And Idjit, our our impasta or Chihuahua that's not really a Chihuahua but is a Chihuahua, barked at him because he wanted some, and mommy, being mommy, yelled at Idjit, and then mommy and daddy got into a little fight after that because daddy said, look, Idjit ain't gonna hurt the chickens. In fact, the chickens are gonna kick his butt, but they need to work out their own pecking order. All of them need to work out their pecking order, except for Daisy. That's our beagle. Daisy will eat the chickens, well, at least attack and kill them. Idjit won't. So mommy and she was making a nasty face while I was telling her, just let it be. Let him be. He's not gonna hurt them. He's not gonna do anything. They need to know their places together, and they need to know where they stand, because he's going to be around the chickens, and he needs to know when to bother the chickens and when not, and he doesn't need mommy screaming at him every 5 seconds because he's bothering the chickens. The chickens will let him know when there's a problem. So that was fun too. Always fun having a fight with the peanut gallery over stupid shit like just let the damn chickens and dogs alone. But, you know, what can you do? Anyone who says there's no difference between men and women, there is definitely a difference between men and women. Women are a lot more intent on being protective, especially since these are the chickens are her children, and the impasta was her children. And men are more into trying to work out independence and pecking order, I guess, is the way it works out. And we get into fights over that sometimes. It is what it is. What can you do? You know, we're grumpy old people. So what can you do when you got grumpy old people yelling about chickens? So that's all I got to say. The coop is here. Well, I'll keep you up to date with the staining of the coop. Actually, it's not going to be stained. It's just going to be waterproofed. It is pine, and that'll be it. And I'll show you it as it's set up and as we put it into the run, which is still being finalized, and we still got to get other stuff to put around it. So that's about it. Verdier out.